Hi, I am here today to talk to you about recycling and how important it is to our planet. I feel that it is important for me to spread the message of recycling because my children and my children's children will need a clean planet to live on. I will go over some of the history of recycling as well as share with you some facts about recycling and what our planet will end up like if we do not take responsibility and recycle. First, I will share with you some of the interesting information that I found at greenecoservices.com about the history of recycling. Throughout thousands of years, garbage and human waste have been an increasing problem. In 1348, the Black Death epidemic reached Europe from Asia. The Black Death epidemic was caused by garbage thrown into streets that attracted rats. The rats had fleas that carried the disease to humans, and it spread rapidly, causing millions of deaths. It wasn't until 1657 that residents of New York passed laws prohibiting the throwing of trash on the streets. In 1870, waste collection first emerges as a city service, but Americans still throw garbage on the street. Soon after this, there is finally a law passed requiring people to use garbage cans and prohibiting them from throwing the garbage in the streets. The first sanitary landfill was built in Fresno, California in 1935 and is now on the Superfund list of America's most polluted sites. In 1948, Fresh Kills Landfill is opened in Staten Island, New York, becoming the world's largest city dump. Fresh Kills Landfill and the Great Wall of China are the only man-made objects visible with the naked eye from space. Throughout the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, frozen dinners and disposable objects become popular, as well as plastic packaging, pop cans, disposable diapers, all of which are filling landfills and littering parks, forests, and highways. It wasn't until 1968 that the U.S. aluminum industry begins recycling aluminum cans. They turn aluminum cans into window blinds. In 1972, the first buyback centers for recyclables are opened in Washington State, accepting beer bottles, aluminum cans, and newspapers. In 1986, Rhode Island becomes the first state to pass mandatory recycling laws, and California places their first recycling bins. In 1990, 140 recycling laws have been activated nationwide. Earth Day celebrated its 20th anniversary in 1990. Recycling Industries Incorporated, Phillips Services Incorporated, and Metal Management Incorporated merged in the scrap business, making recycling bigger and better than ever. In 2008, San Francisco becomes the first city to ban the bag. No plastic bags are used there. Today, recycling is still not where it needs to be. However, we are making progress. One-use aluminum can be recycled and back on the shelf as a new can in as little as 60 days. Recycling one aluminum can saves enough energy to turn a TV on for 3 hours, equal to 1/2 gallon of gas. If you throw away an aluminum can, it will still be the same aluminum can in the landfill in 500 years. We use over 80 billion aluminum cans a year. To produce each week's Sunday paper, 500,000 trees must be cut down. Recycling a single run of the Sunday New York Times would save 75,000 trees. If all of our papers were recycled, we could save 25 million trees a year. If every American recycled just 1/10 of their newspapers, we would save 25 million trees a year. Each ton of recycled paper can save 17 trees, 300 gallons of oil, 4,000 kilowatts of energy, and 7,000 gallons of water. Americans use 2.5 million plastic bottles every hour, throwing most of them into the garbage can. Plastic bags that end up in the ocean kill as many as 1 million sea creatures every year. Americans throw away 25 billion styrofoam coffee cups every year. A typical American family consumes 182 gallons of soda, 29 gallons of juice, 104 gallons of milk, and 26 gallons of bottled water. That is a lot of containers that we need to be recycling. And every month we throw out enough glass bottles and jars to fill an entire skyscraper. A modern glass bottle would take 4,000 years to decompose in a landfill. 1/3 of an average dump is made up of packaging material. Each year, each American throws out 1,200 pounds of organic garbage that can be composted. The highest point in Hamilton County, Ohio is Mount Rumpke. It is actually a mountain of trash at the Rumpke Sanitary Landfill Tower in 1,045 feet above sea level. The U.S. population discards 16 billion diapers, 1.6 billion pens, 2 billion razor blades, 220 million car tires, and enough aluminum to rebuild the U.S. commercial air fleet 4 times over every year. An estimated 80 million Hershey's Kisses are wrapped every day using enough aluminum foil to cover 50 acres of space. When we recycle, we often think about all the good we are doing, but what if we were never to recycle at all? The world without recycling would be disgusting and dirty, diseases would be rampant, and living space would be little. Landfills would be bulldozed into forests and fields. The population of wildlife would rapidly decline. The ocean wildlife would be affected. The Pacific garbage patch would grow to the size of China, and the ocean would become one big floating trash barge. The fishing industry would be gone, leaving people without food. The population rate would start to decrease and reverse. And on the other hand, if we recycle and reuse, we can prevent all the damage and keep planet Earth a clean and safe place to live for generations to come. Some people think that maybe it's too late for our planet or that we are just prolonging the inevitable. That is not the case. We can change the future for our children and their children's children. All we have to do is recycle and reuse. Think about this the next time you are shopping. Use reusable bags, buy a reusable water bottle, choose items without packaging or items that the packaging can be easily recycled, then make sure to recycle it. We don't have to give up now, and please spread the word about recycling. You have to show everybody one more time.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Oh my God!